Hello children. So we are again continuing the same chapter, the chapter 4, that is reproductive health. Okay, so we have already given an introduction what is actually meant by reproductive health, and we also studied that some of the early steps of the reproductive health, that is it in India. It has been started in India was one of the first country in the world who's adopted the family planning program, and the family planning program had the motto of controlling the family size first of all, and the taking care of prenatal care and the postnatal care. These were the three aims. And the reason for the family planning was actually in India, the population was a very big concern. Even now, it is a big concern. But in earlier time, that is just after the independence, that time the population was growing at a much rapid rate. Every family used to have 6, 7, 8 children, and then the population was growing at such a great rate, and the resources were not available. The India was our country was not as developed as it is now. Okay, the agriculture facilities and the transport facilities and the electricity and many other facilities were not there. So there was an urgent demand to check the population growth rate, and that is why the family planning program was adopted. So family planning was basically standing for the uh, three four aims. That is, first of all, the size of the family should be small. That is why every family should have at the most 2 or 3 children. Secondly, there should be a gap between the first and second child. Thirdly, there should be a proper marriageable age, which was very less at that time. There was no rules and restrictions. Anybody could have got married at any age and anytime they could have given birth to the child, which was then with these programs, the fixed age and fixed these programs have been introduced. Then the prenatal care, when a lady used to be pregnant, that what care has to be given, and postnatal care, that is when a child used to be born, then what vaccination and what care has to be taken. Those were the primary aim. And the scenario was very tough because at that time there were not much of communication facilities available. Communication, not only for the transport communication, but also the communication to reach to the mass population, that is to the individual. If government even plan out something, how to implement that program, how to reach that program up to the people who have to follow that. So that was a very big concern because uh, newspapers were not very much in demand at the time, or not many people, but many people were not even educated or could read that. Radios were there, but only 1 or 2 channels which used to give could reach up to the village level. Then TV were not there. So the only way was mouth to mouth publication. That is, used to call that some official used to go to the village to village. They used to call some of the people. They used to have a meeting with them. They used to make them literate about these programs, and they used to ask them to spread it. So that was the aim. Then slowly some government and non-governmental agencies also come into being, and then the program has taken little flow. And then later on, we have seen that the TVs came and the newspapers came, and the radio program also increased and all. And then the sex education has been also introduced into school. And at the school level, what all were the aim that we already studied in the previous uh, videos. So let us now continue with the next. What next? Okay, so let us go ahead now. Till here we are done yesterday. That is sex education in the schools, and which are some of the primary aim to be discussed. Now, successful implementation of the various action plan to attain the reproductive health require strong infrastructure facilities. That is, if we really want to reach out up to the public, reach out up to the last man of in the country, then what you require strong infrastructure facilities, so that what we want, what we have planned in the central government, that is in the Delhi office, how it will reach to the last person. Okay, so for that, infrastructure facilities are required. Professional expertise are required, which can give us the real ideas of the on the concern point. Then material support is required. Suppose the government says for the population control, there are so many different type of contraceptive devices are available, and some of them are freely available. You say anything, and if it is not available, if you go to the market, if the required person go to the market, and if he doesn't find, then what is the use? That is thing what is happening now. That is, if central government has said that the vaccine will be available from 18 plus age group, and if there is no infrastructure, if suppose the required number of vaccines are not available, how the thing will be dealt? Okay? So it is not going to happen. It is not going to fulfill. So material support is required. Then uh, these are essential to provide medical assistance and care to the people in reproductive related problems like pregnancy, delivery, STDs, abortion, contraceptives, menstrual problem, and infertility. All these issues has to be tackled. Suppose so then we have to have some number of hospitals where some professionals, some doctors, some nurses, some trained person should be there who will discuss that the patient can discuss all these problems to them, and they can solve their problems. Okay, so there are number of problems, number of issues, number of, because if we do not have scientific reach out up to the people, and we cannot solve their problem, then they will go to the some other person. They will be met, which will be followed by the people, and that is why it is necessary that the expertise should be available up to village level, up to urban level. Okay, so care of the people in reproductive related problems like pregnancy, delivery, STDs, abortion, contraceptives, menstrual problem only. And it is not only to discuss with the problem, but also to provide the effective solution. Okay. Now, the implementation of the better technique and new strategies from time to time are also required to provide more efficient care and assistance to the people. Okay, so that was the thing. Now, statutory ban on the amniocentesis. Okay, now amniocentesis, what it is? In the previous class also I was discussing about it. What is amniocentesis? Amniocentesis is a technique in which the amniotic fluid, which is found around the baby, that is the fetus in the uterus when a woman is pregnant, the infant is growing in the, not infant, sorry, embryo is growing in the fetus, then the fetus is surrounded by certain fluid medium. So if some device is inserted and some of the fluid is taken out, in this fluid, some of the cells from the fetus will be there, fetal cells. These cells are drawn, and these cells are studied for their chromosomes. Study of chromosome is known as karyotyping. And we know that the sex chromosomes are there, which are of two types, X and Y. And a girl, these are X and X, and a boy, it is X and Y type. So if by some of the studies, these cells, some of the way these cells will be removed, that is amniotic fluid will be removed, in which the cells will be there, and those cells, nucleus and the chromosomes are removed, and then chromosomes are studied under the microscope or uh, electron microscope, whatever techniques are there, and we come to know that they have got X and X type of chromosome or X and Y type of chromosome. This is how the sex determination could be done. Amniocentesis and had a noble use also. That is, there are some families in which some of the genetic diseases are prevailing. They wanted to know whether those diseases are coming to the infant also, or into the embryos also. If the fetus has got that type of disease, then they could have asked the families to whether to go ahead or not to go ahead, whether they want to continue the pregnancy or they want to terminate the pregnancy. That was the aim. But there are misuse started on this side. So amniotic fluid was removed. From that, the cells were separated, and from the cells, chromosomes were removed, and chromosomes were studied under the microscopes, high technique microscopes, and that when they came to know that there are only X and X female, that is chromosomes are there, that means the to be born child will be a female. Then female fetus had become a very common problem in our country. Okay. So that is why government has put a ban on amniocentesis. Until unless there is a valid reason, one has to get the proper written permission from the authorities that they want to know about the existence of that disease in the fetus or not. Then only amniocentesis is permitted. Otherwise, amniocentesis is completely banned throughout country. So it is one of the method of detection of the sex in the fetus. Okay, the for the sex determination to legally check the increasing female feticide, massive child immunization was again aim of this. No, there are that uh, when you were small, the number of vaccines were given. Can you tell? Can you tell what vaccines were given to you when you were small? There are a number of vaccines available. That is, BCG is available, DPT is available, polio vaccines are available. Then hepatitis B vaccines are available. These vaccines are available free of cost. And then there are some of the vaccines which are for which you have to pay. That is, even for the hepatitis B you have to pay. Then smallpox vaccine you have to pay for the. There are some other vaccines for which one has to pay. So these vaccine immunization program, as I already mentioned in my previous video, that these were the special drive which was, and you may be very much familiar with the polio vaccination immunization, which was very recently got over, because now India is free from polio. So that is only possible if massive immunization program is tackled. Okay, so these were all the program which were governed under RCH program. Now, research on the various reproductive related areas are encouraged and supported by governmental and non-governmental agencies to find out new methods to improve the existing one. So it's again a very important question here. That is, do you know that Saheli, a new oral contraceptive for the female, was developed by the scientist at Central Drug Research Institute CDRI, Lucknow. Now, what is Saheli? Saheli is an oral contraceptive. It is taken once in a week. There are two important benefit of this is that is unlike the other oral contraceptive tablets which are to be taken every day once for 21 days. These are taken only once in a week. So in a week only four, in a month only 4 tablets are enough. Okay, there it was forced that every day the tablet has to be taken. One tablet is skipped, the effect used to reduce. Whereas here the 7 days, that could even become 8 days, no problem. Second reason is that is those or other on contraceptive or the commonly available contraceptive tablets, they were based on hormones, so that they used to have number of side effects. Whereas the Saheli does not include hormones, steroid hormones are not there, so that is how the side effects are less. Okay, or rather no side effects. Okay, so that is the two important reasons for which the Saheli is being promoted. Better awareness about the sex-related matter, increased number of medically assisted delivery. Now, what is meant by medically assisted delivery? It was a very common problem practice in our country, that the women used to be given birth at home itself, and they were not totally aware about the right time of delivery and all, because there were no consultation in the villages and all. And number of times the women used to give birth in the fields, they used to give birth in the well side, and they used to give birth in the home while working and all. Okay, but now when there is a proper consultation of the patient with doctors, doctor used to guide them what to do, what to be done, and what not to be done. And they used to give them the probable dates when they used to be, when they can get delivered. And at the most they used to even say that for this particular day you have to report to the hospital whether you are having any sign of delivery or not. And then the person, the female, the lady used to be admitted in the hospital, and they used to given the medical assisted delivery. Medical assisted delivery, that is the delivery which has been conducted in the hospital, where all the equipments are there, all the medical care are there, professional expertise are there, nurses and doctors etc are there. Okay, so the death rate greatly decreased, all for not only for the fetus, but also that is not only for the newly born child, but also for the mother. Okay, so that is very important. Now, better post-natal care. The natal is word which is used for the birth. Okay, so better post-natal care, that is after birth, what care has to be taken. That is like, it used to be a common practice in our country that the initial few days milk used to be, that colostrum containing milk used to be discarded, that they never used to feed to the child. Then they used to be given that the different type of things to the children, that is they used to give some some type of liquids and all, that which is not required. In the initial few months, only mother's milk is sufficient. Then how to start with the other thing, how to the thing have the hygienic practices, what should be done, what should not be done. When the medical assisted deliveries are conducted in the hospital, everything is used sterile. That is all the instruments which are. Whereas the when the delivery is to be conducted in the homes, they used to cut the umbilical cord with any side or any type of knife or any type of blade which was used by someone for shaving in the earlier days or no. And then they were even cut with those sickle with that they used to cut the vegetable, and sometimes even axe is being used. And these were the common practices in our villages, and that used to lead to the tetanus and other type of problems. Okay, so all these are the postnatal and the assisted delivery, the advantage of these practices, leading to the decrease the maternal and infant mortality rate, increase number of couple with the small families. That was the one of the primary aim of family planning. One of the primary aim of the family planning to decrease the number. Now, how to decrease the number? The very first and the most important practice was increasing the marriageable age, which was not there in the time of independence. And at the time of independence, people were getting married at any age. Then the government set up an age that is 16 years. Then later on, it is brought back to the 18 years. Okay, so what happened? Those children used to be born anywhere between 16 to 18 years, or 14 to 18 years. That has been reduced, and by the time 18 years, the girl and a boy that become mature enough to understand the responsibility of the family, they used to know that what are the, how small the or how big the family should be. Okay? So that was the aim which was fulfilled by this. Now, better detection or and cure of STDs. Now we'll discuss about STDs in this chapter in detail. There are a number of sexually transmitting diseases, and some of them are very, very dangerous, that is fatal, like AIDS, hepatitis B. Hepatitis B is not as fatal because the life a person can live a normal life, but it can communicate from one person to another through sexual relation. An overall increase in the medical facilities of the sex-related problem, etc., all indicate the improved reproductive health of our society. So, as we already mentioned, that is a healthy reproductive society is very important for a healthy country. So, that could achieve by these goals, these practices. Okay, now let us talk the one of the most important aspect of this chapter, that is the social implication of reproductive activity, that is population. In the previous class, I already discussed, most of you must have watched the previous video. I already discussed that when a couple is undertaking the reproductive activity, the ultimate result is the birth of a child. Now, a couple may think that we are well off and we can have 10 children, 5 children, 2 children, or 10 children, and whatever. But that is not good. The Because the children are not only the responsibility of a couple, but it is also a responsibility of the government. You might have seen, you might have heard, nowadays the COVID ne sabko dhul kar diya. Otherwise, you might have heard that even one child used to fell into that borewell. How the entire the thing government agencies used to be put to remove the child from the borewell, and thousands, even lakhs of rupees used to be spent. So much of equipments were used there, and the child used to be saved. When number of times the child used to be saved, number of time it was not to be. Now, a simple question, that is, for one person, why the all authorities are standing there? Why so much of investments? Why so much of? Because it is government's responsibility to not to allow anyone die knowingly. Wherever it is possible, it's government's responsibility is to save. Okay, ultimately it will be you will put the blame on the government only, though the child is fell into the borewell because of the mistake of the people only, because they left the borewell open, and the parents also let the children go and fall into it. That it is every, but see, there are the government has nothing to do in that, yet all the blame will come onto government only. Nowadays, see, Every death which is taking place because of the corona, the blame is given to the government. The government is not doing anything. Government is doing not nothing. Government is not doing anything. What government has to do? Government has already taught us that use mask, not to go out. Lockdown is done, and people are asked to stay home and do not move out unnecessarily. Don't meet. Don't go for the public the religious functions and all. Yet people are least bothered. So much of government herself itself involved in the election and all those type of things. Again, so this is the time where we find that no administration is there. Administration is totally dead. The responsibility of the government is, it seems, it is over. They are only and only aiming to win the election pass. Again, which is a very, very, very wrong practice. Now let us talk about the population explosion and the birth control. In the last century, all-round development in the various fields significantly improved the quality of life of the people. Last century, we are in 21st century, 19th century, but the book was actually written in the 20th century. The book was written in year 1995, 96, 97. So they were talking about the 19th century. Okay, so in 19th century, that is pre-independence, and even up to the independence, and now we are in the 21st century. Yet we can compare it like that only, that the conditions in that time used to be very bad. Just now I said that every family used to have 8, 9, 10 children, but by the time they used to reach to the or they used to become mature, they used to reach to the reproductive age, half of them used to die. Sometime because of the typhoid, sometime because of the tetanus, sometime because of the cholera, sometime because of the some other diseases, malaria, dengue. Nowadays the death rate is greatly decreased. The death rate is greatly decreased, which was very common. Okay? So it is why, how it is made possible, because of the good medical facilities and good sanitizations, and the improved life quality. Okay, so see, it is written that in the last century, all-round development in the various fields significantly improved the quality of life of the people. However, increased health facility and better living condition. Increased health facility, like now hospitals are reached up to the village level. Some common treatment used to be given there only. Okay, and then some good hospitals are in the urban area, then very good hospitals in the district level, and very good hospitals in the capital cities and all. So this is how that hospitals, the chain of hospitals have been built. Not only the government, but now private hospitals are also there. So that has controlled the death rate greatly, significantly. Secondly, the better living condition. Earlier, people used to fetch water either from the well or from the pools or from the ponds and all, and they used to drink that water only. Nowadays we got the water supply up to their home level. Every home has got water connection, even up to rural area. Okay, so the water is treated water we are getting, which was not there earlier. Then the people, their quality, people's lifestyle or their financial status has also increased. So the people have their own water filtering plant in their homes. Okay, so that is another. The better sewage line systems are there, so that the water never used to collect around the house, which used to have a lot of mosquitoes growing and which used to cause number of diseases. And there are other reasons for there. Okay, contamination of the water was one of the number of diseases used to be caused because of the contaminated water, which are greatly decreased now. Airborne diseases are also greatly decreased. Do you hear these diseases now? Tetanus. Have you heard anyone dying of tetanus around your house? No. Polio, measles, cholera, no, plague, smallpox. These were the diseases at that time. And some of the diseases like plague and smallpox, they used to kill the entire village. That used to be a very great thing. So that is that is all because decrease because of the better living condition and better health condition. So which has decrease the death rate, but at the same time birth rate is not increased. The people decrease. Sorry, people are not plan their families. They were still having 5, 4, 3 children. Again, earlier they used to be having 8, 9, 10 children. Now they are decreased, but then also now in this decade where we are talking about, in this decade now, because of the so much of what you call the economic condition, people are thinking, how will we they bring up 3 children to 2 children or 4 children or all, and that is why the population size is decreased. Now people have become educated. That is why population is decreasing. Now people are aware of their job. Unless the job is there, they will not get married, and job are not easily available. So by the time they get a good job, stable job, they used to reach up to the age of 25, 28, and then they used to think of marriage. So the marriageable age is increased. That is why the population size is greatly decreased. Okay. And a new culture is started in the cities, in the metro cities, where the people don't have who will take care of the children then. If they get married, who will take care of the children? If they give birth to who will take care of the children? So they don't have thinking only. They are not producing only. So there are several reasons because of the population is decreased by own. But initially, government had to take a lot of steps. Okay. So let us talk about that. Increase the health facility and better living condition has explosive impact on the growth of population. Now you compare this data. The world population, which was about 2 billion in 1900, rocked to 6 billion by 2000. 2 billion to 6 billion. How many? 3 times. 3 times in 100 years. Let us talk about India. A similar trend was observed in India too. Our population, which was approximately 300 million at the time of independence, we got independence somewhere about 90, that is in the year 1997, that is mid of the last century. And from the mid of last century to the end of the century, that is merely in 53 years, our population has increased from 350 million to 1 billion. That is nearly 3 times. World population is increasing 3 times in 100 years. India's population is increasing 3 times in 50 years. And that is why we say every 6% in the world is Indian. Every 6%. Are we satisfied that in every field is every 6% Indian is a doctor? Indian is doctor. Every sixth Indian is engineer. Every sixth engineer, Indian is a scientist. Every sixth Indian is doing something wonderful. Are we discovering so many things? Why all the researches are being done in some of the places? Why? Because we are not getting that much of basic necessities. Our education is not up to the mark. We are not getting proper job. We are not getting the proper condition to live and all. Why? Because the population is very high. Okay, a similar trend has been observed in India too. Our population, which was approximately 350 million at the time of independence, reached to a close to 1 billion mark in 2000. And now we are 125. हमारे प्रधानमंत्री तो शौक से बोलते हैं जगह जगह पे कभी 125, 125, कभी 130, कभी 135 करोड़, एंड बड़े प्राउड हैं उनको ये बोलने में 135 करोड़. तो 135 करोड़ जो हमने पॉपुलेशन खड़ी कर दी है, क्या हमारे पास उसके लिए रिसोर्सेस हैं? इज इंडिया हैविंग दैट मच ऑफ रिसोर्सेस? हमारे पास उतना लैंड है? Biggest countries, sometime in the past it was Russia. Now Russia is broken into the small countries. So America है, China है. China has got still vast area in compared to India. कई सारे इंडिया बच जाए, इतना बड़ा एरिया है चाइना के पास. तो अगर उसके पास में क्या कहते हैं लार्जेस्ट पॉपुलेशन है वर्ल्ड का, तो चलता है उनके पास में, बिकॉज दे गॉट सो मच ऑफ land, so much of resources, so much of job. But do we have in India? India being a small country, you just take a map or a globe and see, what is the area of India and what is the area of China and what is the area of Pakistan. Sorry, not Pakistan, USA, USSR, Australia. Australia has got how 2.5 times than the size of India, and their population is only 2 million, 2 billion. और हम कितने हो रहे हैं? सॉरी 2 बिलियन, मतलब 2 करोड़ उनकी पॉपुलेशन, और हमारी कितनी है? 135। दिल्ली में हमारे वहाँ पे इंडिया से ज्यादा, ऑस्ट्रेलिया से ज्यादा पॉपुलेशन है, एंड वी से दैट एवरी ईयर वी आर एडिंग द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ ऑस्ट्रेलिया। तो ये कोई अच्छी बात नहीं है, ठीक है। That means every sixth person in the world is an Indian. A rapid decline in the death rate and maternal mortality rate. क्या हुआ? कारण क्या हुआ कि मरने की दर तो कम हो गई, death rate is greatly decreased, but birth rate is not decreased in the same proportion. जब कोई आदमी बीमार होता है तो उसको हॉस्पिटल नजर आता है, लेकिन जब वो पॉपुलेशन बढ़ा रहा होता तो हॉस्पिटल की चिंता नहीं करता वो। when the child anybody is sick, he will be worried about the scientific development, but when the same scientific development is saying that the population should be controlled, they are least bothered, then they think of their religion, ठीक है। So if it is religion is so important, then let every birth and every death should be given to the God only. Why ultimately all the hospitals and all everything is there? So it is not possible. So if we are technically, that is giving importance to the technical and medical facilities, then we should also listen to the medical and technical facilities. Okay, so we cannot be that for the birth rate we are depending on the God, and for death rate we are depending on the medical facilities. ये तो गलत हो जाएगा, ठीक है। एंड दैट इज द रीजन दैट द इम्बैलेंस इज क्रिएटेड, ठीक है। एज वेल एज द इंक्रीज इन द नंबर ऑफ पॉपुलेशन इन द रिप्रोडक्टिव एज आर प्रोबेबल रीजन। Through our RCS program, though we could bring down the population growth rate, it was only marginal. According to the 2001 census, 2021 में चल रहा है, ठीक है, उसके बाद तो census आ चुके हैं 2 बार। The 2001 census, the population growth or rate in India is still very high, 1.7%, ठीक है। मतलब एक कपल अभी भी जो है पर पर्सन जो है अभी भी 1.7 बच्चे पैदा हो रहे हैं, जो बहुत ज्यादा है। we are thinking it to bring up to 1:1 ratio, okay, बहुत दूर की कौड़ी नजर आ रही है। एंड एट दिस रेट आवर पॉपुलेशन विल बी डबल्ड इन 33 years, दैट इज वो 1 बिलियन जो थी कहाँ पे 2000 में, ईयर 2000 में, 2033 पे आकर के हमारी पॉपुलेशन 2 बिलियन हो जाएगी। यू कैन इमेजिन हाउ विल बी एबल टू सर्वाइव। देयर विल बी फाइट फॉर एवरीथिंग। रहने के लिए जगह होगी, नौकरियां तो दूर की बात है, वो तो अभी नहीं मिल रही है। हम कह रहे हैं 40 साल में सबसे कम नौकरियां आज की तारीख में, और फिर बाकी सारी भी चीजें। कोरोना थोड़ा सुधार देगा हालत को, हालांकि इट इज नॉट अ गुड थिंग टू बी डिस्कस, बट कुछ तो है, देखिए साइंस ही है, और गॉडली थिंग्स आर गॉडली थिंग्स, ठीक है। Such an alarming growth rate could lead to the absolute scarcity of even the basic requirement like food, shelter, and clothing. Okay. In spite of significant progress made in these areas, therefore, the government was forced to take the serious measure to check the population growth rate. Okay. Now, what are the steps which are taken? What are the various devices which have been introduced? That we'll study in the next class. That's all for today, children. Good day. Okay. तो हम बात करेंगे इसके आगे इन टुमारोज क्लास, हाउ पॉपुलेशन कंट्रोल हैव बीन अचीव्ड, व्हाट आर द population control devices available, and how the population rate have been significantly decreased. Thank you, children. Good day. Enjoy your day, and please be safe. Please be safe, not only for your health, but also for the family. You think that you got a family which have brought up everyone with ultimate care, ठीक है। So कोई किसी को जानबूझ करके खतरे में नहीं डाले। थैंक यू चिल्ड्रन, गुड डे।